Shoot. I guess I closed that out somehow. Didn't realize it. Haven't really got everything set up. Kind of running behind today. We were messing with the trades, so kind of got behind. That 32 right there is the 50% of the move back up, so I'm not sure if that'll come back down or not. We'll see what happens. Just getting everything set up, guys. All right, let's see here. All right, like I said, just give me a minute, getting everything kind of set up here. We'll see what kind of pullback we can get on this candle if we do pull back for some reason here. Okay, so we kind of need the 20 to hold if it pulls back here. Open and I think 47 may be the line in the sand here. We'll follow this up and see how far it goes before we decide if we're going to go in and try to take profit here. All right. Let's see what happens with this 47. That's kind of like a line in the sand for me, but we'll see. Da, 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 da. So that 47 is kind of a line in the sand. So if we can't break that 47, more likely we're coming back down. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of sellers in that area. So we'll just have to see what happens. We entered this trade twice. So off that 600, we already took 10, come back, got stopped out, then re-entered once we kind of went down and retested the 40 to 50% area on this pullback on this red candle here. And then once this new candle print, it was kind of like off to the races here. We do have 3-star news this morning at 10 o'clock. So just be aware that if you're in a trade around 10 o'clock this morning, well, we can look and see what it is. I don't remember what kind. I mean, I know it's 3-star news, but I'm not sure if it's like 100-point mover 3-star news. So there's different kind. Some will move it 100, and some will move it like 200 or so. All right. If you're new here, good morning, Clarity. If you're new here, I use investing.com for all my just daily news so I can see what news we're going to have. So go to investment.com, hit tools, select economic calendar, then scroll down and find a flag to your country. If you're from a different country, I'm from the US. So this morning we did have like a little Canadian news, but nothing really big market moving Canadian news. So in like 45 minutes, we have a core price index news here at 10 o'clock today. Then it looks like a lot of little small 2-star news throughout the day. But this should be the only news that could possibly cause like, movement either or. I'm hoping not, because I don't like it when the charts get off balance like that. I just feel like it just messes up the whole rhythm of the day. So this was I was actually on the phone with Methodical Man Clarity. Me and him, we both took this trade. I don't know if he's in his trade. It was Manzini's recovery level of 60, but I took it on the NQ. I think he took it on the ES, though, if I'm not mistaken, is what he did. We're going to follow this up as long as we can, as long as these 5-minute candles never come back and touch the previous candle, because sometimes you can get away with that with these 5-minute candles. So kind of like if you got, I know I was kind of irritated. I was in a short from 695 a while ago. It only took like 10 points. I was like, son of a bee. We just sold out 100 points. I get 10 points. I got to sit here and watch it. I called Methodical Man, and he said, a Mazzini levels plays about to pop. And so we grabbed it for the move back up. I'm hoping we retrace this whole move all the way back up. So that'd be nice. We also had a pretty nice London session too. We made like $100 in the London session last night. Right now, we're up 234 in this one account. So this one account here is an eval that I have to trade aggressive either starting today or next week because it's one of those Apex accounts that renews like for like $80. So they give it to you cheap, but the renewal is like pretty pricey. And so I have to pass it by the 23rd. So I either have to pass it or fail it. If we get a good setup today, I'm going to go in probably over leverage it a little bit and try to knock out some of that. But we'll just wait and see what kind of play we get at the first 15 minutes because the last 2 days have been pretty bad. I'm talking about horrible. I wasn't sure if we were going to break above the 47, 48 here because that's kind of like a line in the sand for myself. Let me set up a take profit real quick. So I'm thinking about taking profit up here if we can push above that 21 EMA. So I need to sell. Ugh. Or if we get a little bit on this candle, I may see. What I don't like about this candle, there's no wick on this candle. So that means if we do push up, it's going to come back down. And plus, we do have our 15 minutes set up already too. So this is going to be our 15-minute range, which is a fairly big range. So that means to take a play out of this 15 minutes this morning, you're looking at least a 25-point stop. So that's like $100 if you're just trading 2 micros. So not quite 50. And it's about 48, it looks like. And we'll pull 50% of this total move here and see what it's. So it looks like if it pulls back 50%, you're looking at a pullback back in probably to the 30s. Since this made a wick, I'm probably just going to take my profit up here. What are we at? 12. All right, we'll do 32. This way we got 20, at least 20 points locked in. And that's right at the 50% of the total pullback too. So we'll see what happens with this candle. Like I said, this area was kind of a line in the sand for me for the pushback up. All right, so let's just say we continue up for the next 15 minutes. For a funded account trade, I'm going to need to see it pull back into this level here. We had a couple retests yesterday, but it was so choppy getting to it and so wicky that I felt very uncomfortable taking it, so we just kind of let it sit. So this trade was taken off Adam Manzini. If you're looking for someone really good to follow that has like nice call outs and recoveries, just go to your Twitter page and follow Adam Manzini or Manzini. I know I say his last name wrong all the time. He usually gives out nice, he don't give you entries, but he kind of gives you that if we reclaim this level, we should squeeze type information. Because, you know, there's no such thing as 100% when it comes to trading. So this is what this trade was based off of. So he gives all of his levels based on the ES, but I take him on the NQ because if the NQ and the ES are following the same patterns, which they mostly do, you can transfer your trades from the ES over to the NQ. They're the same if they're in the same rhythm. Because trust me, there's some days where the ES is going up and the NASDAQ's going down. And usually if it's like that, those are the days to not even trade because, or don't trade while that's happening. I got to turn that down some. I can hear myself. Sorry if I was talking loud. I was playing the music too loud in my headphones, and so I feel like I was over talking it. All right, so this is what I was saying about that 47, 48 area was my line in the sand for the. If we couldn't break above that, I knew that we were going to be getting a pullback. So I knew that because that's are like levels here marked out on my trade of 8 charts, and usually those levels usually hold up fairly well. I'm hoping that the move that we get moving forward will just blast us back up to the highs here. And this could come back and stop us out because right now we're at about the 50% of the total 15-minute candle. So we could easily get stopped out here. We're not really in a protected spot. But I don't want to give up all my profits so close to opening because I know that we could sell all the way back down and I don't want to be sitting at break even. That happened to me yesterday. We got up 40 or 50 points again, and I'm getting too greedy looking for the profits. And the profits, the areas will come, but I just don't have my stop loss where it needs to be. It was like last night. I should have just held that trade. I brought up that thing where, let me pull up over NQ chart. I brought this up. I mean, I brought it up multiple times. I don't know how often it happens, but when it does, it always continues up. It never comes back. Let me pull it down real quick. Man, I could have held that damn thing all the way till London session. I said that you probably could hold it all the way till London session once we got above it last night, and that's what happened. Because we took this long last night. We were long starting out from 53. So I got long right as the Asia market opened. And I said, if Asia opens above your New York PM high, it never comes back. It always, if it's above it, it goes straight up all night into the London session. And it doesn't start reversing until London. And I wish I'd have held it all night. But see what happened is I accidentally took this trade with the mini last night and grabbed over $100. And so I really had no desire to hold it after that. So that's why we just took it off. I think we were looking for that gap fill in last night here on the New York AM fill in right here all the way up to 714. It pretty much did it as soon as I got off the chart. So I got off the charts a little after 9 o'clock last night. And within 15 minutes, it was already at those highs of the New York AM session. So then we had a slight pullback, but then just a slight grind all the way, the rest of the night. But there's no way I would have been awake at 2:30 this morning to take that off. Or I guess the idea would be just take it off as soon as London starts. So I would have to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Or 2 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to take that off. So if we sell off today, so if we have a big sell this morning, let's just say this reverse, I'm going to be targeting the 489s. The 489s, then which we just ran the 595s. We just ran the lunchtime low from yesterday. It's crazy how much this stuff repeats. But anyway, we just ran the lunchtime low. And now, if we break this low, if this is just a 50% pullback of this total move, if you're looking for shorts this morning, if you can hold a nice runner, I would either target the 519s, which is your PM. No, actually, this ran the PM low. So actually, you could probably swing for the New York PM low from yesterday down at 486. So that's going to be a area of, watching today, see if we can get down there. I sure do like TikTok's what do you want to call it? Their little chat thing, because it doesn't disappear. I wish YouTube had that type of thing on theirs. Because every time I hit, like I have YouTube sitting on top of my trading view charts, and anytime I hit it, it disappears. But with TikTok, theirs is like very lightly where you can still see through it. I wish YouTube had something like that. All right, so we're still struggling to get through those 47s. That was, like I said, a line in the sand for me for the push back up. So, but another good thing here, let's just say we stay like this and create a nice little bull flag here in that opening session. We could get a nice blast to the upside here. So, get like 2 or 3 little red candles, pull back maybe like right there at that 9 EMA, then blast out. Not saying that's going to happen, because that's how I got one of my losses, Tuesday or Wednesday morning, because I waited for that. It was a bear flag and it fell. The last 2 days have been super tough, so hopefully everybody survived it. Woo! Got a little bit of a... the bear flag's popping off already. No! Damn it. We were hoping to get some of that price action when we open, but I'm already in the trade, so I'm not even going to worry about it. So we're going to take more profit, so we're going to at least lock in 30 points. Let's see if it's going to be a fake out or we just continue to the moon here. Man, I'm going to move that damn thing all the way up there, in case we go to the highs. Never know when we open. We got less than 5 minutes and they inject all this volatility and we just go straight to the moon here. Right now, we're just rerunning this sell-off that we had at right at before the 9 o'clock hour. I wish I was kind of copy trading this morning. Like I said, we got to get that Apex account passed. So today, if you see me fail an account or going over leverage, it's probably going to be that Apex account. And the reason I have to do that is because it has a $83 renewal fee, and I do not want to pay that $83 to pay for that. So not for no evaluation. That's just a little much for evaluation for myself. All right, guys, less than 3 minutes before the market opens. Remember, I know I took Christian, I need to tell you to go follow Adam Manzini on Twitter. I'll pull him up in a minute on my Twitter or X page. This is one of his call outs. So Methodical Man has his newsletter, and basically his call out was on the ES, if we lose the 60, then reclaim the 60. It should squeeze to 68, and if it gets above 68, it's just going to keep squeezing. And let me see if I can find the ES over here. So usually I'll just kind of convert my ES trades over to NASDAQ, and even though it's a long on the ES, I'll take it on the NASDAQ. So look, it was like perfect. Look there, we lost the 60. It hit the 56. He mentioned 56. 56 holds, reclaim 60, squeeze. And so that's how he'll, then you can follow him on Twitter. Then sometimes he'll put like new little updates. What's really crazy, Christian? I was in the short for the move down. I was trading pre-market, and I only took 10 points because it was pre-market, so it makes me a little on the nervous side. I was short from 695 this morning. We sold down 100 points, and I just had to sit there and watch it. So I was like, damn it. So I was like, we're going to try our best to see if we can get the move all the way back up if we reverse. And so we got long down right above 600. And this was actually the second entry. I entered this the first time, took like 40 or 50 bucks. Then I said, if we reverse back down to the 600s, I was talking to Methodical Man. It's like, I'm going to get long again because we hit the 25 and we didn't quite get to the 600. We pulled back to the 606, which was this candle. Then after that, man, it's just been straight to the moon. Let's see. Pulling Adam Manzini here. Dude. Oh, the market's open. We're targeting the highs up here, guys. We're looking for 755. But I'm going to follow it up because we're already up almost 100 points on this trade. I hated that was pre-market. I wish we could have caught this earlier. I mean, it would have popped early, later like now. This was actually another possible setup here where we had this freaking bear flag, bull flag. Man, like, I almost just want to... So far, 120 points. It's insane. How much time we got? 3 minutes left on this candle? Man, I feel like this thing's got so much more. It could be like a 200-point freaking candle here. There's too much time left on this candle to try to take it right there, guys. I hated that the 15 minutes blasted before we opened. Look, we even had a little bear. I was here talking about this little bear flag, bull flag here, and that thing blasted while I was in it. I was like, you son of a bee. It did it right before opening instead of just waiting to the opening to happen. We still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. So this is why we're trying to just keep following it up. It could pull back and stop us out. I mean, this is a massive, massive freaking 5-minute candle. It's almost 100 points for this 5-minute candle here. So far, we're up 150 points, Christian. We got long from 612. But I was long fairly early before the market even opened this morning. It was off that Manzini long, though. So it wasn't like, ooh, I'm going to enter here. It was based on someone else's levels. If I didn't take the Manzini trade, this is right here is what I would have liked this morning. I hated that it popped right before the opening, though. That's the only thing I didn't really like about it. But you got a little bull flag pullback with 2 candles. Then it blasted out of that 15-minute range, the one that we try to take every day. We're just going to take whatever we can get out of this. So if it comes back and stops us out, it comes back and stops us out. Because that'll be, like I said, we're up over 150 points at the moment. I know this pre-market stuff has been insane this week. It has really messed up my whole rhythm this whole week. Well, ever since Wednesday and Thursday, the whole rhythm was just off those 2 days. Like it made the entries harder. It just seemed off the last couple days. All right, so we're about at the end of this candle. We're probably going to get a pullback here because I just don't see how we run up a 100-point candle and this thing does not have a 50% or 40% pullback. So this is why we're just going to lock in whatever we can. I'll stay right below the 50 EMA or that 50 point because a lot of times we like to bang off the whole numbers. But it wants more. Come on. It wants more. Come on. All right. Probably going to get the pullback. So we're up 440.51 already on this one account for the day. So already a nice Friday. So now we'll have to sit here and be patient and kind of wait for a retest. Now, I will take that again because I missed that yesterday. Take the retest of this first opening 15 minutes. Or you could pull the fib on this candle, but man, we're so far up that it'd be kind of hard to say. So right now that's at the 40%. The 50% is all the way back down at 720 of the candle. But right now the 40% is holding, or the 38%, I guess, or 20% of the candle. I don't know how well you can see those percentages. Man, I feel like it still just goes. I'm just waiting for it to continue blasting. Let's see if it goes. I definitely wouldn't want to be jumping in no long here. It's hard to jump in long whenever the market is pushed up this much because you just don't know if we get a big pullback or not. So it's very iffy. The total 50% move pullback would be all the way back to the 700, 710s. Yeah, I definitely don't want to get trapped in the highs up here, guys. So most of the time, I try to always wait to a 5-minute to print before I jump in, just because you don't want to jump in at the top and this thing just, especially on these big, massive candles like this. If you're not in at the bottom or close to the bottom of that candle where you can have a reasonable stop loss, sometimes it's just best to sit there and watch it. I mean, I had to do the same thing this morning on the sell-off because, like I said, this is my second trade this morning. I got short up here around 695. And I took 10 points, and all of a sudden it just started dumping, and I just had to sit there and just watch it. And so it went over 100 points, and then the methodical man was telling me about the Manzini levels, that if we recover 60 on the ES and find support at the 56, we should squeeze. So this is the ES. So here's the push down on the ES. Here's 56. 56 found support at the 56. I mean, I'm talking about right to the tick. And then he says if we can reclaim 60, and so we pushed above 60, printed a candle above 60, had a little wick down, then just off to the races. Let me bring up that Manzini's Twitter page for anybody that wants to follow him. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so this is pretty much what he was saying. He put this in a little before. He said this was as last night, as writing, 6860 is the first down. It is a heavily tested, choppy, noisy, messy area. It is very hard to trade now. But one option would be waiting for it to flush, perhaps to, 6856. 5856. I mean, I'm talking about like to the T, guys. It's insane. Then trading the level, reclaiming for 60 long. And these are ES numbers. So 68, 60 long. I mean, it like paid out perfect. And that's this guy here. He also has a paid, what do you want to call it? A paid newsletter, if you're interested in something like that. But this is his name here. He usually gives little like updates and levels every day. He doesn't give you like the whole like information, but he gives you a good bit. All right, so, move that over. Woo, look at this pullback, guys. Glad we got out of this. Dude, that was my short from this morning. Freaking. Let's see if we get that retest, guys. Adam Manz, I gotta pull it back up because I'm not sure if I pronounce his last name right. I'll put it in the chat real quick. Here you go. Can you see it from over there? Let me just put it in the chat. I want to watch this closely. I didn't know if man, I hope I didn't miss that retest of that 15 minutes. Man, that's going, God damn it. Man, I waited like, I don't know. It's been doing that where it's getting so close because what, 52 and it hit 60. So we missed it by like 8 points. Let's see. Did I get that right? Yeah. There you go. Mm. Uh, man, do we continue higher here? I didn't know if we'd break back up to the upside here, but it's a definitely an ugly looking bear flag or bull flag here. It's not very clean. We still got 3 minutes left on this flag. I'm gonna keep a short, tight stop loss on this. These accounts I don't recommend following. Like I said, guys, I got to be super aggressive with these accounts because they're about to renew soon, and I don't want to pay the renewal fee. So these aren't really trades to follow. These aren't really any setups, guys. Nah. Like I said, I'm be very aggressive with these accounts here, guys. So, like I said, they're not. I let you guys know this so that you guys don't like. This is not a setup. This is just me. I think trade. This is all this is. And the reason I got to do this is because these accounts renew in like a couple weeks at $83, and I don't want to pay that renew fee. So either I got to pass it or either pass it or fell it. So damn it. I thought we'd get a better push than what we're getting. Oh, come on. Dude. It just won. It just it just ticked me on that damn thing. I hate my entries when they're in a whole number because it's at the 50. Or take profits at a whole number. I'm trying to get to break even is what I'm trying to do before this damn new candle prints. We got a new candle print in 30 seconds. I was really hoping to be out of this trade before that new candle prints. Come on, 19 seconds left. Blast. 10 seconds. Come on. It's so close. I know that this second candle could pull back on me. Okay. Oh, I didn't have a runner set up? Oh, crap. I thought I had a runner set up on that one. It took all my contracts out. For some reason I thought I had a... Oh, no. I had it on 5 instead of 6. All right, we're going to bring it back down to 2 micros. That was 5 micros on that one. So we got $100 off of that. So now we can still look for trades here. So you can kind of pull fib on some of these big candles. Now, I only do this type of trading on evals, guys. Unfortunately, we might have missed our funded trade. I was hoping that we could have caught a funded trade off of this move here, but it blasted before the market opens, and I don't take pre-market trades on my funded accounts. Man. Yeah, I'm thinking we go higher too. I think it's going to be one of those days that we're at all-time highs, man. We just continue like up all day. Uh-oh. I know. Watch this thing go all the way to the highs. We could have probably... I was hoping to keep my runner on that one, Swift. I thought I was in 6 micros, but I was only in 5. I wouldn't even watch in my how many contracts I had. Man. Left a little bit on the table on this one. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to have to be patient and wait for a pullback. Like I said, that last trade, that second trade here, I mean, I was hoping it would go up, but I wasn't sure. It wasn't, I feel comfortable doing it on a funded account, but it was definitely eval worthy. And I mean, I still, like I said, I still have to make another $1,200 on this account because we're only at 350. So we got 2 weeks to go, but I don't want to wait till the last minute. So I'd at least like to make a couple $100. So we're going to do 2 micros on the next trade here, whatever entry we were able to get. But we've already missed this. That you should have been in it. So what it is, this is what I'm looking at. This is a big 5-minute candle. I was looking for a 2 or 3 candle pullback. So we got the 2 candles. And as soon as it kind of breaks above this body of this previous red candle, that's where we're taking our long at. I think we didn't get into like 39, but it was as soon as I started seeing it break above this body is where we took our entry. At least the price action is a lot cleaner than it has been the last couple days. When the price action is like moving and it's got nice full bodies, man, it just makes it so much easier. I just hate that we have to sit here and watch this. So we could have had another $100 added to our profit because we just went up another 50 points off my entry. Christy, how are you doing today? You taking any trades this morning, Christy, or are you just watching? Oh, we also have news at 10 o'clock this morning, guys. So if you are in an entry, just kind of protect your profits because that news could just easily wreck you, and this thing can go all the way back down very quickly. So just be aware of the 10 o'clock news. So you got 5 minutes. Nice. Well, put that thing away. Don't accidentally push the button again today. And I can't believe you're over there still trading on the minis. The minis are all like cozy and big profit, but it just takes one bad trade on those minis to like take it all away. Full port. I know it. Dude, I think this thing continues up all day. I think 26,000 is like, or at least 26,900 is going to be in the sights today. But you just got to be careful because of that new. Well, man, we got news in 3 minutes, guys. So be careful if you're in a trade right now. At least go to break even or take profit or something. You just don't want to. Hopefully, not. I'm hoping nothing happens because I don't like the news candles. I'm not a big fan of news candles. To me, it messes up the charts. It kind of messes up this rhythm that we have going on right now with the higher lows, the pullbacks, and it just messes everything up for me. You don't touch anything in the news. I don't blame you. I try to take profit or even just at least get to break even, but even that can be kind of iffy sometimes because if everybody leaves the market, sometimes with these news candles that they whip so fast that you don't get filled and you just get effed. All right, less than 2 minutes before the news, guys. Just a quick reminder, protect your profits. Go to break even, get in profit, or just be careful on this news candle because you never know what we're going to get on the news candles. So it could only be a 10-point, 20-point move, or it could be a 50-point move. Just don't know. I just know you just want to protect your accounts. Yeah, that's where I'm at on one of my evals right now, Christy. I feel like I have like about 15 days left to pass it. I just know I at least need to make $100 to $200 a day, at least, or a big day or something. I don't know. I just know I need to get some big profit on it to kind of get me there. I don't really want to full port it. But I know I don't want to repay no $83 for no activation fee or, you know, a re-up fee. What sucks is we just left like $100 on the table. I thought I entered this trade with either 6 or 7 micros, and I was looking to take 5 off at the 10 and leave the runners. And I guess I just wasn't watching my contracts, and I thought I had 6 or 7 on there, and I guess I only had 5, and so that's why I'm out of this trade. All right, 16 seconds left before the news candle. To me, this thing looks bullish. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is a very bullish candle. Watch it go. Let's see if it goes. A little pullback, then it blasts. Come on. Let's see if we continue here. Got big wicks sitting there. Nope, blasted through those wicks. Yeah, we're going to stay very bullish today. I almost wish I'd have stayed in my trade earlier this morning. We could have still be sitting in a long. Just have to sit here and be a little patient right now, guys. We didn't make a new low right there. I mean, the wick is right there at it. See if we blast these 800s here. It may come back and stop us out. We're just in it for a few points. Whew. All right, first target hit. We blasted those 800s. So I was hoping we would pop them once we got back above that previous candle. It's hard for me to call these out because they're so fast and aggressive, guys. So it's either you have to take them like before you see me take them because of the delay that's on TikTok. So what this play was, I brought this up yesterday. This is your first inside bar. So first inside bar 5-minute candle. So you would have been long at the top of here, but you would have had to sit through a lot of drawdown. And then your stop loss would have been here. Look how close it would have came to your stop loss because this is the first 5-minute inside bar. Look, I mean, I'm talking about it missed you by points. And that's just the way the 5-minute inside bar is sometimes. May not get nothing on my runner here, though. Man, I was hoping that we would squeeze up to the 900s. Ah, the runner got stopped. Usually with that inside bar, I'm usually looking for 10 points in a runner. You're supposed to go 1-for-1 on those. So the ideal would be look for 30 points. So 70 and right at 800. So you're looking at a 30 points. So if you do one micro, that's $60. Two micros is $120. So you have to kind of think about it because these stops are big. So a lot of it, I usually do small, 1 to 2 micros. I like to take 10 off at the 10 points, and that way I can still have some kind of negativity on my drawback and still be a break-even trade, even though if I go 10 points in the negative. But a lot of times it doesn't come back. This thing just it'll just keep rolling. And see if it'll pay us our 30 points if you'd have stayed in it. It paid yesterday. So you're, like I said, you would be looking for 30 points. I want to say this candle was won every day this week so far. It's 5 for 5 this week. It doesn't want to buy. Oh, goodness. Here it goes. Look at that. We just left a lot on the table again, guys. About to hit that 30 points. Damn it. I thought I put that indicator on here. Let me put that indicator back on here. That way it's easier for everybody to see if you just want to take that trade. Let's see. Because I have it usually colored purple. Many stocks are on halt right now. What's happening with them? Are they just selling off Swift? Damn. That would have been a big winner, guys. The inside bar would have been a big winner today. Yep. So I have a free indicator. Well, this indicator is free if you want it. And you just change it whatever color you want. And just change it a color. This way it stands out. This way it's easy to see. So, and it's super mechanical trade. A lot of times I won't take it if it's over 40 or 50 points long. Just because that's just a massive stop loss. You wish, man, I was long from 612. I was long from here. I closed it out. I just didn't want to be any. I knew if I'd have stayed in it, that shit would have pulled back and I'd have been pissed because I was like, damn it. And I was already up 150 points. So it's hard to not take your profit. Well, you got to be careful when you're trading minis with your fundeds, Christy, because you got a percentage. With a 25K, you can't make more than like $480 in one trade on the funded accounts. But on eval, if it's eval, it's unlimited. But just remember that on your funded accounts. Because what happens, like, let's just say you make $700 in one trade. So instead of getting a payout at $1,600, you're going to have to probably make like $2,000. So you just got to play the percentage games on those evals with certain I know with yours because you're with Apex. Bulinox is a little higher. So I know what Bulinox is 50K. You can make, I was talking about the percentages on funded accounts. Man, I wish I had a cup to drink this out of. I didn't know they halted the stocks. What stocks got halted? SMX? Yeah, I'm not even what that is. David, with trading, dude, there's no such thing as there's very rarely you see overnight success in trading. Trading definitely is one of those things just because you can make easy money that it takes a while of just to watching charts. Like you guys would probably be mind boggling on how much time I spend just watching charts sometimes. Like I'm watching charts on my computer. I'm watching charts on my tablet. I'm watching charts on my iPhone. Like, I mean, I don't want to say it's almost an addiction, but it's like, like I said, I like watching for patterns. I like just using different level indicators and just see what works and what doesn't work. Just constant watching charts. And I think that's the biggest thing. Even if you're just on here trading a sim account every day, if you have to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. Get a cheap prop firm that's like Knox that charges you $15 a month just to have data to trade a sim account for practice, or just whatever you have to do to get started to get comfortable. Because it's easy to get comfortable on a sim account, but once there's something that's on the line, like say your valuation, even though evaluations are mostly smaller money, depending on what prop firm you use. But then if you get a more like say funded account, that's going to probably cost anywhere between $80 to $150. Then you got a little bit more on the line. Then those emotions kind of start kicking in. Then, yeah, can't live with a red day. That gets a lot of people. I know I've had my fair share of those, like can't accept a red and end up revenge trading. Then next thing you know, you don't have an account and you're starting all over again. I'm glad that it's Friday. Not glad that it's Friday, but I'm glad that we got a nice green day for Friday. So we should end on a very positive note today. We're going to be patient. Who's your account with, David? And who are you, what platform are you trading on? So I usually trade on the cheapest that I have found so far, but they only do these for like 24-hour sales. And I picked up 5 of them last week in their lifetime accounts. So that means you can take as long as you need to trade these things. I'm talking about you can take forever. The only downside for me is I don't do very good on Quantower. So they're my Quantower charts. And I don't see my Quantower chart. Oh, here it is. Oh, why does it do that? It's been doing that a lot lately. And this is Perdeus. So this is a company, a prop firm out of Europe. But I know of other traders who have gotten payouts with them. So they do pay. And I got these accounts for $8 a piece. So these are probably the cheapest evals I have. And I don't have to be in no hurry to pass them. They're small accounts, so you probably don't want to, if you do ever get one. And I try to post whenever they have their sale. And the way it works, these are static accounts, so you only get $500 worth of drawdown. So that's why you really only can trade with 1 or 2 micros. But like, the more money you make, the higher your drawdown gets. So if you make $500 over a period of time, you got $1,000 in drawdown. But the goal is to get the $1,500. Then their funded cost is like $80, which is still fairly reasonable price compared to a lot of other prop firms. So they're a fairly cheap prop firm. But, if you don't just kind of don't look at the whole payouts and fundeds and just start by, figuring out how you want to trade and what makes comfortable for you, because I know everybody's a little different. No one's ever going to trade the same. And boy, this thing is still going up, and we closed it. The inside bar paid again today, guys. 5 for 5 this week. Every day this inside bar has banged. Most of the time it's like a 4-4-5. Like it'll win like 4 days out of the 5 or 3 days out of the 5. I mean, nothing's 100%, but man, this week has been banging. Because this thing's already up 60 points from that inside bar break. And I got this indicator from this website called Trade Saber, and it was free. They have multiple different ones that you can get, but I just use the inside bar here. But I think I also have it in my Discord that you can download for free for anybody that's using Ninja. So there's a bunch of free indicators in Ninja for. I think I have that Discord up here. So if you go to the Discord, it's just the very last thing that I've had downloaded, and this is for Ninja. There's fair value gaps. The initial balance, that used to be one of my favorite indicators to use. Like most of my indicators that I'm fans of are mostly all level based. So I like level based indicators. But there's a whole bunch of different ones that you can just download and just see what works for you. A lot of people don't like using indicators. I don't like buy and sell indicators. I don't think any of those really work very well for people just because of the delay of them. But I like level indicators. Those are my favorite indicators to use, is level based. So right now, this is levels right here where it puts like yesterday's high, yesterday's open, yesterday's close, in opening close level there. And it kind of marks out the session low and the session high for you. So, like I said, guys, there's not going to really be a lot for me to do right now until we get some kind of like decent pullback or something, because I just can't be buying at the high here. It would have to have some kind of like nice pullback to a whole number or something. Oh no. I hate when that happens. Son of a bee. Uh, yeah, sorry about that, guys. So the one thing that gets me on TikTok that I forget about, if you don't, I don't know. Sometimes it gets me for that inactivity because I'm not doing something with the chat, or it has to do with that inactivity, Christy. I didn't swipe that little puzzle over. I forgot to check it. So if you don't do something with TikTok for so long, it'll give you a countdown, and I missed the countdown. Then it closed out my TikTok does it. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what I have to do. I think they do that so people don't put on lives and walk away. Yeah, you have to let them know that you're there. Yeah, that's what I usually try to remember to do that every day. And I guess I got to just watching charts and focusing on charts and stuff that I lost track of it. So we had to start all back over again. I know. I hate that it does that. Because then everybody left and we had a nice chat going. Some people were talking, chit chatting, and now we're back to zero again. Come on, TikTok. Do me dirty. we'll just kind of watch, make sure we pay attention to the TikTok for right now. Because like I said, I don't think there's going to be an entry for a minute. We've already caught these banger trades. Let's see where we could pull back if we do get a pullback. Maybe here to this leg, retest the 800s. Maybe can look for a long off the 800s. We've already retested these wicks. So a lot of times we'll push back down to the previous leg. Is this the Gulf or gold? Oh, no. Gold, if I heard that gold, best time to trade gold is late at night. That's where a lot of people trade it. But no, this is the NQ Cullen. We're waiting to see what happens with this bear flag or bull flag. If we do enter it, it's just going to be 2 micros. Where I want to see an 800 bounce. I want to see us pull back and retest these wicks here, or maybe even this wick here at the 820s. We're so high up, man. These high up moves like this are always very, very shaky. Yeah, we got some nice volume today, Christy. This has been the best. The last 2 days have sucked. The moves today have been very clean. You feel like your wicks are moving slowly? You mean wicks? Oh, your connection is moving slowly. Oh, okay. So we didn't get that little pullback like I was hoping. So we'll remove that. I don't want to keep that on there. I never thought about shorts today, man. We were long bias all day. I did grab a short pre-market here. I actually shorted here, but I only took 10 points. And it sold down 100 points. And I got long at 612. We took it for 150 points. That's probably been one of my biggest points. Oh, on the S&P? The S&P, that's where I took my trade off of, the S&P. Well, I took my entry off the S&P, but I used the NASDAQ to take the trade. So we got long around about the 60. So this was based off Adam Manzini's levels. What he said, if 56 holds and we reclaim 60, and that's what it did. Look, 56 right to the tick, push back above 60, reclaim 60, and squeeze, and squeeze. And we just been squeezing. We're trading prop firms. I don't know if, I don't see nothing wrong with trading cash, but man, that can be super risky all in itself, trading cash. I think I would have to trade a slower market if I ever, do cash, whenever I've done cash trades. Because I know that NQ can just rip your face off pretty quick. Yeah, you'd be broke if you traded cash. Yeah, it'd be like you at the casino, Christy. Just keep pulling the hammer down. Keep depositing the money. Till the husband cuts you off. Like, no more. Oh, goodness. No gambling, Christy. No gambling. You got to get out of the habit of going in with these minis too on these small accounts. Uh, the only thing that I've ever really used of ICT stuff is probably failed fair value gaps. So, like, let's just say you make a new low, and if it goes back up through the fair value gap and it closes on the other side, I've used those before, but that's probably about the most of it. Or maybe higher time frames if I'm looking for a gap fill in, like on an hourly candle. So, like last night, we traded the Asia market. Let me find that. So, so last night we were looking for the gap fill in on this 5 minute candle up here at 88. And that was one of my targets last night was the 588. We were looking for like 25 points last night during this session. So we got long, I want to say around 53 yesterday. And we were looking for 88. I had to close my trade because I realized I was on a mini last night, so I took a quick 10 points and I closed it and then re-entered on a micro because the nighttime is, you definitely don't want to get caught in a red candle on night because it's very tough to get out of that because the market moves so slow. I still think that maybe we stay bearish or bullish here because this is just probably a consolidation candle before it blasts us. Yeah, the inverse. Like inverse fail value. I don't trade them often. If I can recognize them, I'll do it. So you could have even done this one, this candle right here. So if I go back and look at it, this would be one right here. I can mark it out for you. So we made a new low, or the leg had a nice newer low. So this would have been the first fair value gap you would have marked out. And once it broke above it, you go long. Yeah. You probably get a lot more if you trade the lower time frames. I know some people traded on the 1 minute. Dude, it's so random. Like, I know every day is not this good. We've had 3 good trading days this week, but the last 2 days have been very tough. So the last 2 days have been about survival. Like, they were hard trading days. So Wednesday, I had a red day. So everybody has red days in tradings, unless you're just, I know there's this one trader said he doesn't have red days, but most people can't trade that way unless you're trading with like a massive $300,000 account or have like a $27,000 or $8,000 drawdown or something. But see, I prefer to if I'm going to take a stop loss, I'd rather just take a small stop loss, like, less than like $50 to $100, because it just takes one good trade to get all that back. Not me. I keep trading until I stay green. So you hold what I'm saying, I'm talking about the drawdowns into red. You hold your drawdowns way into red and just DCA back into them, or what is your strategy with the drawdowns, Swift? And see, to me, most of my trades, I'm going in very low risk with 2 micros. So that's like $4 a point. I'd rather just take my small red and move on to the next trade. See, I've never traded the stocks. Stop losses on 200, take profit is set at 2,000. Whew. That seems very, is that like long-term trading? Okay. Yeah, that's a huge discrepancy between your stop loss and take profit. Man, that's nice. Mine is nowhere near that. I'm happy to get one for one. Lately, I've been a lot better at getting those bigger trades where I'm getting trades somewhere around like 40 to 50 points most days. But lately, I have to start taking profit because there's been, like yesterday, I had one good trade that won 40 and 50 points, and I let it come back and break me even. So, and I don't know why, because the runners were just getting hammered yesterday. Guys, we're also going to be doing a Apex giveaway on Monday. Oh, so you made 3,000 on my new eval? Nice. Heck yeah. I got to make a lot of money on one of my Apex evals because it renews in about 2 weeks. So if I don't find any trades today to push it, Monday we'll have to just come back and push it again. We did make $100 on it today. So we're only at 451 and 109. But see, most of this 451, besides $100 of it, or 351 is all made off just a few micros. So that way, like I said, we're just in low risk. I made that other $100 last night during the Asia market or Tokyo market. I'm not sure what everyone calls it. I usually just call it the Asia market just because that's just what it's labeled as on my trading view. So I'm trying to watch. Sorry if I keep looking up. So a while ago my TikTok channel shut down. I wasn't live a while ago, and I guess because I wasn't doing something, I don't know what I have to do to make that not pop up where it closes down your channel. Who do you trade with, Swift? Or who do you usually trade with? The only people that I know I don't have an account with is like Top Step. That's because they did away with a lot of their affiliates. Yeah, I do Apex. It's under Husk, just my name. If you join my YouTube channel Monday, I'm going to be doing a free giveaway with Apex Monday morning. I've been doing free giveaways Monday. Christy in the chat won last Monday. Because I don't know how to do the giveaways on TikTok where everybody can join in and because I don't want to pick somebody to win. I let Streamlabs pick whoever wins. So basically let me go to my Streamlabs account. And I don't know if I don't know if TikTok has something like that. Do you know, Christy? Does Streamlabs have something like that? So last week, we only had 5 people join. And like I said, Little Bear is the one that won it. Yep. So I just use the Streamlabs with my YouTube channel. And when you enter, you just put exclamation Apex and it just picks the winner for you. But that'll be Monday morning. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure how long their sale is going on right now. Christy, do you know if you pass that Apex account I think it's only $6 to pay for the funded fee right now? So they're charging a little more up front, but the $6 for the funded accounts are cheaper. So it's almost like getting 90% off, but it's reversed. I don't want to entice you to full port your account or anything I was just saying. I don't know. Is there? It's Friday. You're green. Just live with your green and enjoy that positivity for the weekend. That's what I like to do when I trade on Fridays is keep it green. You don't want to spend all Saturday and Sunday thinking about why the hell did I do that Friday? Because that's what I do. Anytime I mess up on Fridays, I would be like, I'd be so annoyed the whole weekend. I have to like find a way to clear my mind and not think about it. Yeah, it's horrible. These are the 2 minute charts. These are the I trade on the 5 minutes, Christy. This is 5 minutes. It helps me not over trade or like I used to trade on the 1 minute a lot, but man, let's go look at the 1 minute. 5 minutes helps me be so much more patient. Cause look how ugly this one looks. Where if you go look at the 5 minutes, it looks so much more cleaner. So you got like 10 candles going all the way across, then blast. If you go to the 5 minutes, two candles, two little nice bear or bear flag breakout. Lot cleaner on the 5 minutes. So that's why I've been trading on the 5 minutes for a while now. It took me a little bit to switch over, but I finally got there. Now I feel comfortable trading the 5 minutes where before I didn't. So it took me a little bit of adjustment because I used to use the 1 minutes, but I found myself in a lot more fake breakouts compared to trading on the 5 minutes. So, and I've liked it so much more better because it allows you to be so much more patient and just wait. And if you missed a trade, you just miss it and you're like, oh crap, I missed it. You have to wait for the next one. So that does happen sometimes too. You just miss it. You're like, damn it. But the hard lesson that I have learned is you do not jump in at the top of a 5 minute candle. It's like, let's just say it broke here and it got up to here. And you're like, oh, this thing looks like it's going to keep going. You jump in, boom. So this is why you see me pulling fib a lot on these 5 minute candles. It helps me stay out of a bunch of messy situations. So this candle had a really decent pullback. I mean, over 100% of the candle got pulled back. So most of the time what I do is I wait to see if the 50% of the candle is going to hold. So that's usually what I'm looking for on these fib pullbacks on the 5 minutes. I'm looking anywhere between 10 to 50% on the pullback. So let's just go to this candle here. So this candle here has probably got a nice little clean pullback. So a lot of times what I'll do, especially on my evals, so you got this big bullish candle. You're looking for a 20 to 50% pullback, and this area holds almost consistently. It's going to stay in a bearish or bullish form depending on which way you're going. And a lot of times I'll just put my contract sitting right here at the top of the previous candle. So once I see it pushing down, it shows a good indicator like, okay, this is going to stay basically, moving up. So it held at the 20%. So I almost pull Fibonacci almost on every 5 minute candle I enter. And so that would have got you in this nice long here. So this next candle, it looks like it had a 50% pullback. All right, so this next big bullish candle. So this is that long we took a while ago. So the 50% of this candle held, and this was that inside bar. So this was that inside bar candle from earlier. So it hit about what? Right below the 50%. So 50% held was like, okay, this is probably going to keep moving up. And it did. So continue moving up. And you can literally just go from candle to candle and just see what kind of percentage pullbacks you're getting on these. This one hit right there at the 20%. I'm talking about it just barely missed it. And it just continued ripping. And this way, because what happens most of the time, if the candle breaks 50%, I know that, okay, I'm not even going to mess with this candle. I'm just going to leave it be and just let the pullback, go, whatever it's going to happen. Let's see what this little next candle was. This one hit it right at the 38% or 20%, whatever how you want to call it, because it's from here to here. So it pretty much opened at the close here, the body close. But by then you're starting to push it. The smaller these candles do it. The best is whenever you can catch it on the big candles, the big pullback candles like this, where you have these big green candles that it's going to stay probably bullish. You don't want to really start doing it when they get small like this. It gets a little bit more, undecisive. So like I said, number one rule of the 5 minute, do not buy at the top of the 5 minute candle. Even though if it's going up 100 points, you have to wait for that second print. You want to get in at the bottom of that candle. This way. So what I do, what I was talking about, the 50%. So this is what I'll do for my stop loss with these candles. So let's just say you took your entry off of this candle here. So what did I say? We pulled back almost 40% with this candle here. And that's where I would keep my stop loss at. So I would have my stop loss around the 38 and the 50%. And I would have been long from here. So I'll get long at the top of the previous close candle. And use that wick as your stop loss. Man, did we find the top? Is it going to be downtown? Let's pull a fib on this whole leg and see where we possibly could pull back. All right, so this is the whole leg here. Well, no, I guess we could. No, they didn't make a new low here. So this is the newer, well, is it going to be from this? Maybe from here. Trying to figure out where's our new low at. Yeah, it did. It made a new low right here because it broke that previous candle. Never mind. That was right. That was right. So 50% of this move backs all the way to the 760s. I just recommend everybody, if you're getting into trading, just, a lot of chart time and practice. That's probably the biggest. I know nothing's usually no like overnight success. Most traders will spend 2, 3, 4 years to kind of just master their craft. So, and you have to just kind of get that through your mind. That's the hardest part. Especially if you go in it thinking, oh, it's going to be like overnight success. I'm going to quit my job tomorrow and all of that stuff. And most people I know, that doesn't happen for them. To me, I use trading to try to make extra income. Maybe I don't have to work as much because the way the way I make income. So I make income from like multiple different things. So I make income from streaming or affiliates. I also work on the side. I also have rental properties on the side. Then plus, my wife does work. So just multiple income streams. That way it's just not coming from one place. Because, there's always those months or weeks in trading where either you blow up everything or you feel like, man, I got to start back from zero, or, same stuff most of us all go through. Yeah, so like what Swift was saying, it just takes a while. Like right now is probably the most comfortable that I have felt with like the setups that I like to look for and the breakouts. So like I said, I feel super comfortable trading the 5-minute charts. Like this is like lately it has been so much cleaner trading on the 5 minutes than when I was trading on the 1 minutes. So this is what I wanted to take this morning, but unfortunately I was already in the long, but it broke right before the opening. Or did it? No, I guess it happened right at the opening. Maybe I lost track of time. So lately I've been trading off this first 15-minute candle in the morning. So this is the candle from 9 o'clock to 9:15. This is not the 8:30 to 9:45 candle. This is the 9 o'clock to 9:15 candle. We almost had a retest here. It seems like every day you get this retest, but it happens so fast. It is so hard to catch these. Like they had 3 of them yesterday. I missed all of them just because they've been happening so fast. Dude, is this the top? Did we just go back down? Uh, I can see us going all the way back down to 7. Let me see what happens at this 21 EMA. Maybe we sell, maybe retouch the 60s. See. That's the London high from earlier last night, are those kills on pivot areas at 56. Man. The 50% of the pullback is here. Just the 921 and 50. And I don't even really know how much I use them. I watch them, but I don't know. I mean, I can almost do without them, but I guess just get so used to, because I've always had them on my charts forever. So man, these are big candles, guys. These are like 20, 30 point candles. What did that go all the way to the 90? I think if we can't get back above the 9, it's almost like I feel like we have a deeper pullback. Swift, what charts do you trade on? Do you trade on the NQ or MNQ or ES? I couldn't remember if you had said something, what charts you trade on. Or were you the one that said you trade on the S&P? Oh, let me get I got to make sure I have my charts up here. If not, that thing will close down on me again. Yeah, my freaking TikTok live crashed a while ago. So I had to freaking start over. Dirty, dirty. Man. And it's like, do we want the 900s here? I'm going to need to wait till this next candle to print here. Got 40 seconds left. I only have about 30 seconds. If I don't have nothing going on later tonight, I may come back and do like a live preview of all my breakdown trades, because I figure the more you go over your trades, the better you recognize those patterns. Like I said, I like, when I watch charts, I like watching for patterns. I like watching the repeat of patterns that happen over and over to recognize the movement of the charts. And I go back in time and look at previous, like all the, like over the month, just go back and look. Another thing I like to trade off of is the highs and lows from the previous sessions. Man, I'm almost like, do we get a... I was waiting to see if we want to break the 800 here. And I may shut this back above 10 here. Because these whole numbers, you never know what you're going to get with these whole numbers. Either we flush at the whole number or we reverse and go all the way back up off the whole numbers. I'm looking for a 50% pullback of this total move, this candle down to the 70s. If we hit our target, we're just going to go to break even. All right, just hit that first target. I'm looking for the 50% pullback. Or do we waterfall? I don't know. Let's see what happens. If we lose that 60 to 70, it could be straight downtown. That's your 50% mark. We could reverse off this 21 EMA too. So don't really have anything locked in for the what do you want to call it? The runner. I'm trying to catch a big move if we can. Let's see. We still got 2 minutes left on this candle. I feel like we still got plenty of time to push for 2 minutes. This will go lower. Don't take it. Let it go. If boner candle alive. Holy shit. Let's go. I wasn't sure. We still got 2 minutes. We got plenty of time to run. I just hope it don't turn into a big wick candle. I'm going to at least lock in 15 points or at least 10 points, because I do not want this thing to yank all the way back up there and I don't take anything. So we got to at least take 10 points out of this. We're at the 50% of the total move back down. So this is why we're stopping here. So you got this wick, the top of this candle, then you got the top of this candle. If we lose the 40, there's not going to be anything holding us up, and it could just be like waterfalled. So we just got to get through these two big old 5-minute wicks here. Hopefully this doesn't have to come all the way back to the freaking 800. Then if it does, I mean, hell, we could always maybe re-enter if it comes back and retests the 800. So this is very normal to hit the 50 to the 75, then from 75 back up to 800. That's if you like trading off whole numbers. I got this one guy in my lobby named Fish Lips that trades those whole numbers, and that's how he does it with one micro every day, and he gets payouts that way, and he wins that way. So that shit works. The whole numbers. He takes trades off the whole numbers because we always, to me, the hardest area to trade is between the 10 and the 90. So more than likely, we're probably going to come all the way back to the 800. So this is why I said we at least want to lock in 10 points just in case. And we may just have to get short again if it does come back. If it comes back, taps the 800, finds support, and we will stay in it. All right, let's see what the 50% of this candle is. We're about to have a closed candle. Man, my take profit is sitting right on top of the 50%. So let's see what happens. Here's the new candle. Let's see. No pullback. Just go. No pullback. Just go. Go, little guy. Woo. Just got to get through these next wicks. I don't know if we should try taking profit down here at the 700s. I may have to do that because I think I may even do 710 or 12 because a lot of times we bounce off that level and pop back up pretty hard. And that would actually push me over $500 on this account. So be a nice little way of getting this funded. Or either that, or I can follow the wicks down. We can follow the candles down. Oh, see what I mean? There's no wick on this candle. So we're probably are coming back to this candle. So we can easily come back up to those 70s on this next candle because there's no wick on that candle. Most of the time there's no wick on a candle, it always returns to that top of that candle. Dude, this thing looks so bullish. I almost don't even want to take profit here. Man. I'm just going to take the 100 points here. If it comes in, all right. So what did we hit off the? Not quite 712. Remember how I was saying right below that 10? A lot of times we hit right there. Man, this is a big old wick. So we still got 2 minutes left on this candle. So plenty of time left on this candle. Wow, this will be the, if we can hit our target, this will be the second 100-point trade for the day. The market's been banging today, guys. The price action is so much cleaner today. It makes trading so much easier whenever we get nice, clean action, big candles, especially these massive 5-minute candles. We got 1 minute left on this 5-minute candle. What scares me about this is there's no wick at the top of this candle here. So we'll have to see what happens with this next candle print. We got 1 minute, 25 seconds left on this candle. We're trading a small size because we're trading a small account, Creed. We're just trading it's a 25 account, but you only get $1,500 in drawdown. So I'm trading off micro. So today we're up, as right now, $250 on you know, a $1,500 account through Apex. So we trade micros with those because minis is just too much. Minis will just destroy your account. And you can't have like no drawdown hardly with those minis, with small accounts. To me, if you want to trade minis, you probably need to like bump up to that $100,000 account or the 150 or the 300,000. I started out with 2 contracts, so $4 a point. I take off usually one at 10 points. And then this way I can have a negative drawdown. And this way I can have a negative drawdown and still break even. All right, so we're about to have a new contract, a new 5-minute candle in 10 seconds. Now we could pull back and run this, then go back down. So this is the only thing I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I want to see it just the waterfall, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to come back up here, clean this out to move back down. Here it comes. It's after me. It's after me. All right, we'll just do 25 points and see if we can survive this. Oh, it just ran it. Come on. No, just reverse right here. Oh. Just that little touch. That's all we need to give to push back. Get away. Oh, never mind. There's a wick on there. It's just a little baby wick. Oh, shoot. Woo, come on. Nasty market makers. They're like, let's go up here and stop Husk out, and then move right back down. Oh my goodness. Come on. Are we going to have another inside bar? Creating another little inside bar here, guys. You don't really take the second one, though, guys. You only take the first inside bar if you ever decide to trade the inside bar strategy. And this was the first one over here. It's a mechanical trade, so there's no thinking or what do I do. It's either if it breaks out above, you go long. If it breaks out below, you go short. And you had to sit through some drawdown today because it came almost back to your stop loss within points. And then it turned around and went to the moon. So, and it paid, what, 2 RR this morning because it was just a 30-point candle. And you're just looking for a 30-point move. This will probably be my last trade of the day here because I have to get off the stream at 11:30 today. What's up, Ponzi? How are you doing today? Guys, if you're joining us back, I guess earlier my stream got cut off because I guess it was saying I was being inactive. Yeah, I know. It's just hesitating right now. I'm hoping it still's got some more fall into it. I think if we can get through this pullback here, that we could possibly pull at least all the way back to the top of this 5-minute candle, sitting there right at the 85, it looks like. Then all the way basically back down to the 15-minute entry down at 652. let's see what happens here. All right, 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. We should kind of figure out what's going to happen after this next 5-minute candle. So either it's going to be like second round of boner candles or back to the top. So I'm hoping since it's below the 750 that it's going to continue at least down to the 700s. All right, here's your next candle. I hope it just blasts us through this candle here. I don't want to see no more pullbacks. Because this thing could easily go back to the whole numbers, guys. The market loves the whole numbers. I got to watch my TikTok stream too, guys. For some reason, that's what happened a while ago. My, what do you want to call it? I don't know if anybody else streams here, but if you don't pay attention to your TikTok, you'll get that little puzzle pop up. And if you don't match that puzzle up, they'll end your stream. And that's what happened to me earlier for anybody that returned from that earlier live stream. But we've been blessed that the price actions look so much better today. I mean, it has been so nice and clean today. I'm probably willing to just even take this back here because I hope the 921 and this 75, hopefully it'll save us. Because right now we're still trapped inside this first inside bar and we're printing another inside bar. So hopefully it has enough buyers to move to the top side without maybe taking out the 700 here. But I think I'm just going to take my profit at 700 and be done for the day if I get to the 700. The last trade we took, which was a really massive trade too, we actually got long from 612 this morning and we took it for like 150 points. So that's probably one of my largest trades going into the opening that I've ever had. Come on. Don't break the 50. Stay below the 50. Just keep on moving. We lost a little bit of our volume. It's 11 o'clock. That's pretty normal. What do you mean it didn't feel right on 2 months? It didn't feel, oh, it didn't feel right trading 2 micros. It's about the long game, Christy, the long game. Stop thinking about making money today and tomorrow. It's about, you got to, well, let me tell you the ideal with micros, Christy. You want to have 5 to 10 funded accounts and trade all those funded accounts with micros. That's the best way to do it. So save your funded account, build up your funded accounts, get 5 funded accounts and copy trade all of them at the same time with 2 micros. You think you make $50 with 2 micros, that's $250 with those 5 funded accounts. Then you got to think when you get to payout, if you get to payout and you're able to take that $500 out, 5 times 5 is $2,500. So you have to look at it like that. So Methodical Man's on a larger level than what I am. He's trading 35 funded accounts, making $50 a day. When he gets the payout, he's probably looking at anywhere between $20,000 to $40,000 in payouts, just making $50 a day. So you have to kind of look at it like that. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Don't concentrate so much on the big money at the moment. Just try to build up your fundeds. This way I'll help you set up your copy trader and you can copy trade. This is why I said you need to get some TradeAway accounts. So you only need one Ripnik account if you're trading on Ninja, and try to have the rest of your funded accounts through TradeAway, and then you can sign into Ninja and then you can copy trade them all together. So like I can set up my Apex and Bulanox accounts all on this same copy trader. But unfortunately, I can't do it right now because 3 of my fundeds are with Ripnik, so I can't trade my 5 funded accounts at once. I have to do it differently because I didn't do that with, that's fine that you're on Ninja, but you can trade, you can have a TradeAway connection and your Ninja charts will take those trades for you. So like right now I have 2 TradeAway connections, but I'm trading those. So right now I'm actually trading a TradeAway account now because this is my Apex account through TradeAway. So, yep. So I'm trading on a Apex that's signed up through TradeAway, but I'm taking it on NinjaTrader. So you can have multiple connections. I'll show you. So what you do is you go to your connections. So look, there's my Apex TradeAway account right here. And I just connect it, but you only can have one Ripnik connection at a time. Dude, did we just get like 2 or 3 ticks missed? Oh, we missed our profit by just a few ticks, guys. Just be patient. I feel like it's coming. Come on. It's so close. So close. You know this. You know the nasty girl wants to touch the 700. Come on. She loves the whole numbers. We got 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle, so we got plenty of time to push down 20 points. Yeah, I know. It was close. I knew that. Remember a while ago when I said that I was going to have my first target sitting at 12? This is why. Because we always hit the 12 and 10 first, pop back up. Then we will probably next push should get us to 700. So this is why I say between the 90 and 110 are the hardest levels to trade for myself. I mean, I don't know what other people feel about it, but that 90 and 110 is very hard levels to trade. They're hard to take trades out of that level. It's just because there is so much reaction from the 10, reaction from the 90, reaction from the whole number. You always get reaction at those levels. So you just don't know what's going to happen at those levels. It can either be a complete reversal or complete just boner candle through it. So there's one guy in my YouTube lobby. Man, I got some throat. He stopped coughing. He trades nothing but the whole numbers. So what he would have done here, he probably has a long setup here at the 700. He's going to look for it to hit probably the 25. And so that's how he does it. And when he goes through a whole number, he'll have a short sitting at 25. Then it'll bounce back and more likely hit the whole number. Then it'll go back up. He'll have another short sitting at the 50 for a pull back into the 25. And he'll just have them layered in. Yeah, he just kind of layers them in. And he's just doing that with micros. Thank you guys all for watching, liking, subscribing today. If you joined the first stream this morning, my first stream got turned off because I wasn't paying attention to the TikTok page and I didn't move that little puzzle piece over. And so it cut it short. So I know some people got kicked out. So right now we're looking for the 700. This is going to be my last trade of the day. Like I said, we have somewhere we have to be today at 12 o'clock. And so we only got 15 more minutes. So we really need to have this thing really hit our target. This way we can be done. So it'll be another nice 100-point trade. I almost want to start taking profit just in case. I don't want to not take anything out of this thing. Trust me, the nasty girl, she wants to touch that 700. She loves the whole numbers. She likes getting paid. There she goes. There's the hit. Let's see if we get that 25 pushback here. Nope. Let's see what happens at the 90. 90 will be your next bounce. You want to see a lot of times you'll hit the 90, then bounce back up to 110 here. So let's see what happens. There's the 90 touch. We should get some kind of reaction there. Most of the time we do. It's struggling to push through it. You can see it. It's hitting it. So let's see if she's got the strength to get through, or does she have to push back up here? She didn't have it in her. What did I tell you? The 90's always reaction at the 90. Boom. You could have. Sometimes it's almost like you could put damn order sitting at the 90 and just shoot for 10 points. And sometimes you can lucky and get a bigger runner, or just shoot to hit that 10. Most of the time you're bouncing between the 90 and the 10. So this is why I say this area is always so tough to trade. You just don't know what's going to happen here. Yeah, it is. It's been dude, I've had 200-point trades today. Yeah, well, I got to leave in a little bit. I was like, that's plenty. I'm okay with that. So we got this account over 500. So we should have hopefully next week we can make another 500. And the week after we can pass this and try to pass it before we get that renewal. Dude, trader with Jack. Man, my first long this morning was at 612. I was already long before the market even opened this morning. We got long here around 612 this morning and took it up for 150 points. And we left a lot on the table. We took a couple more smaller trades. We took the inside bar. So we had the inside bar print today. So we took a little bit of money off of that one. Then this one, we waited when we started seeing us break back below the. Yeah, Methodical Man, he's saying 650 is probably going to be a nice target here. We got the previous open day close pretty close that we can maybe look for a 10-point bounce off of that this morning. And that's after that 10 o'clock hour. So a lot of times you can get a nice little 10 points, 20 points off of this level here too. If it comes down there, I may put like a little 2 micro contract and see what happens. How long did you take it up for? You said you got filled along at 616. Nice. That's heck yeah. Dude, the market has been so clean today. We deserved a clean moving market after the last 2 days, guys. The last 2 days were just like survival mode. If you could have survived those last 2 days, then got to today where you could have just made like big profit. To me, we had 3 good trading days this week. We had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday sucked butt, and we got today. So, you too, Swift. I'm about to end my stream a little bit in about 10 minutes. We're just going to watch charts for a few more minutes and see what happens. But we're done with our entries. We got really nice entries today. I'm glad we had a good Friday. We needed a good Friday trading day after the last 2 days. So I finished red Wednesday. I think we were in the red almost $300 from Wednesday. It was tough Wednesday. We were just getting wicked everywhere. Oh, you took it up to the 670s? Nice. Hell yeah, that's almost a 50-point trade. Heck yeah. I've been messing myself up some days on those 40, 50-point trades. I'd get in them. And I won't take profit because I'm like, oh, I think we got a little bit more. Then that damn thing will come back and stop me out. So it makes me nervous once I start hitting that 50, 60 points. So we should get that 650, which is going to be the retest of this 15 minutes down here. What do we got? About 40 more points here. Thank you guys for the likes and subscribes today. We'll also be doing a giveaway with Apex on Monday. For anybody that wants to enter, we'll be giving it away on the YouTube channel because I have to do it through Streamlabs. And that way it picks randomly. And so that'll be Monday morning for anybody that wants a chance to win an Apex account. Usually we give it away, I want to say, about this time of the day. So usually trade for a few hours, then right before we get off the stream, we just do a quick giveaway. So around between 11 and 11:30. I would do it on TikTok, but I don't know how to do it on TikTok like on Streamlabs, so I don't know how to do it to where maybe if y'all, maybe I can, I don't know, can you, does anybody know if you can link TikTok to Streamlabs? I'm not sure. I've tried looking it up, but I couldn't find anything, so I'm not sure how to do it. So the only way I know how to tell people to do it is just to join the YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Then that way when we do the entries, you can just put exclamation Apex Monday morning and it'll put you in the drawing for that Apex account. Hopefully they extend that sale. Right now, if whoever wins, if you pass it, I want to say right now, if they continue that for the rest of the month, you can literally get a funded account for $6 because they're only charging $6. Oh, see, I got that. See, I'm glad I was watching. I got that little thing again. All right. So like Little Bear or Christy won the funded account last week, and I think if she passes it, but I think it ends on the 9th, but I'm thinking they're going to extend it. She would only have to pay $6 to get a funded account. So, and it don't get any cheaper than that if you're, if you get the free eval. Then I'm hoping Prodeus, for anybody that wants to get into trading cheap, Prodeus is pretty cheap too whenever they run their $8 sale. And so I picked up like 5 of their accounts in their lifetime, so they never renew. That's why I like some of those prop firms that don't have like the monthly renews, and you can take as long as you want. You don't have to feel rushed. And so during the Black Friday sale, they had them on sale for, and Cyber Monday for $8. So you can just work on one at a time, pass it. I think their activation fee is $80, so you're all in for $88, which is fairly cheap for funded accounts, and there's not a lot of upfront costs. That's why I struggle with a lot of the other prop firms that require you to pay a lot up front. Yeah, they pay. I know some other streamers that are using it, and they pay out. They have the old Apex rules. I don't know if you traded Apex last year or the year before. They have the old Apex rules where they have like those old rules that Apex used to have a few years ago where it's easier to get the payouts. And so I think if you get to the $1,600, you can take out like $1,000 instead of just $500 like you can with Apex now. So I think if you take $1,000 out on Apex, you'd have to get to the 2,600. You have a cash account. Nice. I take too many trades while streaming to trade a cash account. I have a cash account, but I would never do it while streaming because I do take more trades while streaming. Now, the only thing that I don't take a lot of trades on is my funded accounts. Usually I wait for Pacific setups. I wish I'd have taken this one here. This one was at the opening because because I've been taking a lot of these 15-minute breakouts in the mornings. So we did have a little 2-candle pullback, but I was already in this long and it just blasted out of the 15 minutes this morning because it happened right there at the opening. It was so close right after we opened. Is that the total move of the candle here? The fib for this whole move here? My Fibonacci is just whatever the settings are. I know you can have them set differently. So this would be this total move down from here to here. On mine, it just shows like, is that right? Yeah. 23.6% or 23%. I don't have mine. Or no, that's the 38% up there. Okay, 38.2. So that actually, no, that would be would that be the new low? Or would it be this one? That would be almost another leg, right? I don't know. Some of these 5 minutes, man, they get so kind of like intertwined together. So it's kind of hard to see them. You have to kind of spread them out. Because that didn't make a new high, though. That just stayed inside the bar because that's an inside bar. So that's not really another leg. I think this is still one continuous leg, right? Inside bar paid twice today. I don't ever take the second one, but your inside bar on the 5 minute paid twice. So you would have got short here at 32 and it paid 50 points. We did take this inside bar this morning. I usually just take the very first one. Thank everybody for watching today. I'm glad we had some really good price action. Okay, so you're on the day candles. Let's see. Well, this chart's going to get messy with this. There we go. I can't get that off. Damn it. All right, let me go back and see if I can get this fib off because no, it's not even on there now. Look at all these freaking blue lines. Holy crap. Now, are you drawing that on the previous candle trader with Jack? No. I don't know why I get confused with that sometimes. Spread it out a little bit. It won't let me take off those drawings. Probably could use this chart. There's nothing on this chart here. So look a lot cleaner on this chart. I say that. I don't ever take those freaking lines off my charts in the previous day, so it makes it. So those are the 15 minutes. That's what it is. Wow, 50%. For some reason, it won't let me click on it as soon as I put it on there. Yeah, I had that on my these other charts here. At least I thought I did. But I guess it don't give you the. I guess I don't have it set up where it gives you the previous day high and low. I think mine are just set up for the 5 minutes. Yeah. So, like I said, we may consider taking a little bounce here at the previous day close. A lot of time there's a lot of volume in there or a lot of wicks. So, maybe, let's see. Shoot for like a 10-point trade right here. Let's see, 32. Let's see where it's at on the NQ. A lot of times the NQ is a little bit different. No, it's also at 32. And it's right there. I bet you, I wonder if that's also the 50% of the candle. So in that that indicator, is that something on TradingView that you use that gives you like the previous day high and low, or does that give you the reversal? Is it okay? So that was the pullback on the what do you want to call it, on the ES. We're just looking for 10 points here. It's either going to be a 10-point winner or a 10-point loser, guys. That's pretty much how this works on these mechanical trades. And I only take these type of mechanical trades on the evals. I don't ever take mechanical trades on fundeds. And so what this level is, this is the previous open and close from yesterday. And so I use the indicator. It marks it out for me. And so we're going to be front running it by 1 point because there's a wick sitting here right on top of it. So that was the 15 minutes. Man, that 15 minutes has been paying too, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like that was the first 15 minutes there. That could have been a quick 10 points off of that 15 minutes retest. Lately, that's been paying quite a few points. There's 20 points. Let's see. Is it going to give 30? Man. That is the first 15-minute candle of the hour from 9 o'clock this morning, guys. It seems like the retest of that candle always bangs freaking 15, 20 points. And these are all mechanical trades, so there's really no thinking going into it. And that was at yesterday's opening, too, at that 49. So lot of in that area to use as a bounce. 30 points. Holy goodness. Maybe we should have took the 15-minute candle. And so what it is, every day I have this marked out. So this is a opening range indicator that you just put whatever time you want to use. And then, like I said, this is the 9 to 9:15 candle. And this is what we've been taking a lot of our early morning trades off of, is that 9:15 candle. And you can get that free in the Discord too, if you don't have it. And it's free for Ninja Trader. Let's see. It should say open range. I gotta find it. I know it's in here. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. I wish you can search for these things instead of just have to stroll up and look for them. I don't know. I've had this indicator forever though. Reversal, open range. So 614. Okay. All right. So if you go to the Discord page, if you look under 420.24, 516, stroll down and you just download that and install it into your NinjaTrader. And so what it does, it allows you to just basically mark out, like if there's a certain time of the day that you're looking for, you can mark it out and it'll just put this box around that time zone for you. So this marks out the first 15-minute candle of the day. I know a lot of people probably don't trade off of this candle, but I know a lot of people trade off that ORB, that 8 or 9:30 to 9:45 15-minute candle. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait out. Like I said, I have to be somewhere in about an hour. So I don't have too much longer. Where's the ES at? Actually, I need to look and see what the ES at. Did we get back into Manzini levels again? Let me look. So that Manzini level is sitting at 60. I wonder if he uses the day charts for those, because I'm not really sure how he gets his levels on the ES or what he uses. But I know he has like banger levels sometimes, guys. So this is another mechanical trade. The win percentage for the opening day close is fairly high. It's at least a 70% win rate on that trade. But you know, nothing's never 100%. And usually if you do take it, you're only looking for 10 points. You're not looking for a big trade. It's just 10 points, go to break even. And if you're able to get 15 or 20 points, great. But if not, so like we're just going to risk $40 on this trade here if it goes down there and hits, if it makes it. I'm not even sure if we get back into that 15-minute range again. You're still kind of bearish on that one? Man, if we get through that 15 minutes here, get through this candle right here, a lot of times, man, we just completely sell off. Like, I want to say my bearish target, like if we were looking for bears, was all the way down at the lows of yesterday. Let me pull over this chart here because these are my favorite levels to trade off of, is the previous session highs and lows through the ICT. Let's see this here. I just got to make sure that doesn't hit my level while we're looking over here. So we took this trade last night in the Asia market. This is how we got our trade last night in the Asia market. So as we were breaking above the PM session, so I've gone back and looked at like just months and months and months of this. Anytime leading into the Asia market, if you break above the PM session, trading session, you do not come back. You literally will continue up all night. So this is last night. I was like, man, we broke above this. We are not coming back down. So we pretty much would just straight up. And we had a target sitting up here at the high of the New York AM session. But if you go back and look at all these sessions, if the Asia market opens and if it stays within this PM session, it's just going to be a chop fest. But if you ever can catch it to break out, you usually will get a nice move out of it. But see here, we open it. It's almost like you want to open outside of the PM session when it does. That way it just continues up all night. See, if it just stays in there, man, it's just not clean price action. You don't get it a lot. You only get it probably like a few times that I've seen. So this one opened up out of it. It did have a little pullback, but the rest of the night, it pretty much sold off. And these are ICT kill zone pivots is what these are under. But we also trade these targets a lot during the New York session. So what we'll do is if we're trading the 15 minutes, we'll just look for like another level up. So like today, you could have looked in when we had this big pullback, you could have been targeting these the London highs up here. So we took out the London highs and still just continued straight up this morning. But I don't know. I didn't really go back far enough to see what we could find back that way, because I don't know if that's like all-time highs or if we've been up there in the past. I don't remember. So like the London lows broke, it took out the Asia low. Then I thought when we were having a sell-off this morning that we were going to this New York low. But if you look and see where we stopped at, we actually stopped at the lunchtime low. So look, you had this little yellow box. This is your lunchtime trading. We stopped at the lunchtime low and didn't continue lower, then reversed. And so I thought we would get down to either 520. That would be the AM low from yesterday, and the New York. And we could get there in the PM session this evening. We could have a massive sell-off this evening. So those just give you targets to use. Like if you're trading and you're not very good at like finding targets, like, man, where could this go to? Those work out great. And those are under trading view, and they're not like buy sell. They're just levels. It's under the ICT pivots, I think. Let's see. ICT kill zones and pivots is what it's under. There's multiple versions. I know there's other versions of that indicator on trading view, but it's just levels. Yeah, this looks like it's creating a little bear flag right here. Or a little bull. Yeah, a little bear. Little bear flag. You see the bullish coming in? I don't know. Let's see what happens. If this candle can kind of stay like this, where it just makes this little bull flag here, might get another little sell here. There's no wick on top of this candle either, so may have to clean up this candle right here. There's no wick here at the 700s. So if you ever see candles with no wicks, anticipate a pullback, because usually the market likes to come back to those no wick candles. No wick, the market comes back, and it's already back pretty much. All right, there's the break of that previous candle with no wick on it. So just remember that if you're trading on any size candle, the market always comes back to those candles that don't have wicks. So I'm not going to be able to stick around for the previous open day close trade because I have to head out. But thank you guys all for... I'm not saying we're going to get a complete reversal. I'm just saying I know a lot of times whenever you see candles with no wicks on it, a lot of time the market likes to pull back and clean up those no wick candles. Like we still have one up here that we left behind too. like there's two like no wick candles where the candles have no wicks on it. A lot of times those like to pull back and clean those up. Like you hardly ever see candles with no wicks on it without it coming back to clean it up. So like this morning we left one here and we pretty much, I mean, you can see we came screaming back up. So I'm not saying we will come back up this way today, but I just know a lot of times whenever I see candles with no wicks, we always have a pullback into that wick, or, you know, to wick back above it. I don't really know what that means. I just know I see it happen a lot. The news, I can't remember. I want to say it's like core price index or something like that. It didn't really mess with the market too much. So, all right, guys, I have to walk away. If not, I will sit here and start just watching charts for hours, and I have somewhere I have to be. So thank you guys all for chatting and hanging out today. It made the time go by really fast today. Thank you, Ponzi. Remember, guys, Monday we'll be doing a giveaway Monday morning for a free Apex account for anybody that's interested. You missed your entry? Which one were you trying to take, Matt? The 15 minutes down here this morning? I was already in the long, so I didn't have to enter on this one. But man, I definitely would have took this if I wasn't in my long. The ES long at 880. Dude, the long for the ES, if you like to trade the ES, go follow Adam Manzini on Twitter. He called out the long at 60 this morning, or 860. That's how I got in my long this morning at 612, was because of the ES long at 660 or 860 this morning. Yeah. All right, guys. We depending on what happens tonight, I don't think I have anything to do. We may even stream for a little while tonight and just kind of go over our entries and stuff from this morning and what we were looking at. Because I'll try to do that with my losers too, so I can kind of point out my mistakes. Dude, that's awesome, man. Wait, you only got 2 days. Oh, you only got 2 days. Yeah, that's where I am at on one of my evals, but not nowhere near that. I still got 2 weeks to make $1,000. But yeah, $1,300 in 2 days. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Matt, that's called full port. that's a full port scenario. If it. Oh my goodness. Oh, you were going to full port that long and missed it? Oh. I try not to do the full port thing if I can't help it. I'm hoping next week that I can almost make most of the, don't mean encouraging them, Christy. Christy likes the full port too, so she's over there doing some encouragement. No encouraging full port. Yeah, full ports are the best until they're not the best. That is so true. That's a good one like that. I'll have to remember that one, Matt. Full ports are all good time until they're not. It's like back in your day, the being with that girl drunks back in the day at the bar is all good times until you sober up. You're like, whoa, what happened? Oh, goodness. Fun and games. All right, guys. Everyone have a great weekend. Like I said, we may come back and stream later tonight and go over some of our entries, because I like to go back and look at my entries and see, even if they're winner or fails, to see where I made mistakes. I did the same thing for our losses for Wednesday. So, like I said, the best way to get better at this is just probably chart time, and taking just entry trades, like even on a sim account, Vic, even if you just a paper trade, I would just start off with paper trading. Like that's what most of us do. I used to trade like sim account, then move up to the eval, especially if if you don't want to spend a lot of money. That's the cheapest way to do it. Or find a cheap prop firm like Bulanox. Right now you can get a 50K eval for $15, and don't really, it'll be like $15 a month, but just trade one micro. And this way, because even if you didn't pay that $15 a month, you would have to pay for data, and it's cheaper to go through a prop firm to get data for free instead of paying for it. Because most of the time you're going to spend $20, $30 to have data through like Ninja, Tradeovate, Quantower, and all those places there. So it's just easier just to have a prop firm account that's a cheap eval. So that would be the cheapest and easiest way. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. I have to definitely head out. Everyone have a blessed day, and hopefully you were able to at least find a nice little green day for Friday and go into the weekend positive. Or if you are going to take trades, keep it small if you are in the profit, because I can't tell you how many times I've been in the profit and I start trading during the lunch hour and give it all back. So I've done that myself plenty of times. All right, guys. Thank you. All right. Thank you guys for watching today, Ponzi. Let's see. Have a good weekend, Ponzi. Stay warm. It's